I used to tell my daughter that about you, someone should not come and tell me. About you, you should tell yourself. You want to tell anything, parents? Parents, keep the channels open, don't close. Closing is the worst thing in life. If the child is scared of you, that's the worst thing in life. Then they will tell somebody. Or if they, who can tell them the best advice other than mother? So please keep the channels open. You may not like it at times. Many times actually, you don't like it. Okay? But allow them to talk to you. And explain to them in case you are not happy, why. Children are very logical. They understand why you cannot accept. And when you accept with your conditions. Please keep the channel open. You should not make them get scared. I'm scared to tell my mother means there's something is gone wrong. Don't do that. Parents, keep the channels open. Children, even though mother scolds you, but still you have to talk to her, because that is the only, everything in this life has a price. Anything including this bottle, everything has a price, except mother's love. It is the one thing which is priceless, which is unconditional. Which is unconditional. She may get upset now. After 5 minutes she'll be all right. Mothers, don't get upset. Even though you are upset, don't show at that moment. You cool down and accept it. Don't show you are very upset and crying, beating. Don't do that. First you listen. If you are upset, okay, better I'll talk to you after half an hour. By half an hour you also cool down. Because it's very natural when you are young you get upset. At my age I don't get upset because my age is also an advantage. So please don't show you are in this chapter. If you read, you know how to answer. And examination dates also. After you pass out after your degree and go to a job, every day there is a crisis. Some days you may not have crisis. Some days you get all the crisis in one day. The ability to handle crisis, if you learn, then you will not have problem. Don't expect life will be very smooth. It's only in a movie. You meet a hero and get married. He will be in a big job. Everything is fine. One day the villain comes. In real life, not that. You may be very good worker. Your colleagues may not be good with you. You may be an excellent daughter-in-law. Mother-in-law may be a little nasty. Okay, these are all part of life. But nobody remains. Please remember, every difficulty is a helium balloon. It is not I have told. This one Dimple Kapadia told. I liked it. Every difficulty in life is a helium balloon. And sometimes it stays with you and then it goes up. She is not a graduate, but the kind of statement she made, I liked it a lot. So please remember, in real life, undefined problems will come. If you are intelligent, you don't have to have your own experience. Okay, I will fail and I will learn. No. I will see somebody has some difficulty, how they passed out, or how they failed. Learn from them, and if you incorporate, you are a very smart person. If that failure affects you and you learn from your own hard work, you are an average person. Even though you fail and if you don't learn, then you are really a dull person. These are the three classes in real life. Learn from others' mistake, learn from your own mistake, don't learn from your own mistake. So try to become number one, learn from others' mistake. And if not possible, learn from your own. Don't ever think of the third degree. Okay, fine. Then you don't even bother. The most sensitive human being ever produced was Buddha, who was a prince, saw someone was suffering and became a monk. Other was Jesus Christ. He saw people are suffering from leprosy and he gave up his life to give them medicine or to help them. People who are sensitive care for others. But nobody can become a Buddha or a Jesus Christ. That is the highest point. We are all normal people. Care for others, be sensitive, absorb the relevance, and do read every day. That makes you probably a writer. But initially what you write you should not publish. Just write it and keep for some time. The reason is, when you are 16 or 18, your ideas are not matured. They are not practical. When you grow older and see so more difficulties, actually people who see a lot more difficulties can write better because they know what is in somebody else's mind. If you are always, you have always money, you are always successful, then you may not be able to understand people who are not successful, what is their mindset. So you have to undergo all these difficulties to write better. And that is the reason I spend about 5 days in a year just to understand what people feel. 5 days in a year, what I do, in a temple, I wash vessels. I don't do any other work except washing temple vessels, cooking vessels, etc., and cleaning the floor 5 days in a year, because it makes me to understand how a poor man lives on such job and what are their aspirations in life. Once in a year, I travel by local bus for 2 or 3 days. I told her, no, I want to clarify certain things with you. That's the reason I have talked to you. Don't ever look down upon teaching job. A teacher is the most respected job I ever think compared to any job, because they are creating characters, and that's the greatest thing. Look at software people. What do we create? Only programs. Whereas a teacher creates that many characters. Don't ever look down upon that. I said, if a doctor makes a mistake, the patient will go 6 feet below the ground. If a magistrate makes a mistake, the person will be hung 6 feet above the ground. If a teacher makes a mistake, the entire batch is wiped out. And it is such a sacred job. Don't ever look down upon that. Coming to social work, I said, just because one has money, one won't become social worker. One can be a donor. A person sits in front of me in 10 minutes, I should measure whether he or she is eligible for the help what you give. It is only a lip sympathy we talk. If I am giving money, how much I should give and when I have to stop. That means I have to assess a person sitting in front of me in 10 minutes. It's not like 10 days or something time I don't have, because I will have 17 appointments a day. So when a person comes to meet us and asking money, before that we do homework. For what they are asking, I have a loan of 50,000, we don't give. I am building a mandir, church or a masjid, we don't give. I'm a Brahmin. I said it is not a criteria to be in life. You belong to one other community. I'm a Kannadiga, very good, but we don't give any money. I belong to Congress or BJP, we don't give any money to such. So we go on eliminating first. Then it comes to hard work. In that, if we help a person, we don't do any lip sympathy. Oh, I'm there with you, or such things we don't talk. We give, we don't give. If we give, with the condition we give. If you don't give, there is nothing to give. Then, if we want to give, we go on a simple principle. If I help for a project, is it going to help lots of poor people in that area? Bahujana hitaya, bahujana sukhaya. If I help, people ask us, I got an admission in Harvard, will you help us? I said no. In the same money, I rather give 20 children who are doing engineering. Because one fellow going to Harvard doesn't make any difference to me. But I rather make 20 engineers who are more useful to their families and the country. So, larger effect or impact on a larger people is always our criteria. And that's the way that is the way we go on assessing things. Then before that we do a lot of homework. Suppose I want to give something to a hospital. Before that we say, who are the people, who are the trustees, how are the trustees, are they corrupt, who are the beneficiaries, okay? All the studies we do, it is like a horoscope kind of study we do, and then we give. So, in our work, if I have 100 hours, I almost spend 70 to 75 hours on investigation and 25 hours only on execution. Like writing a check takes 2 minutes actually. Then after giving the check, then we have a milestone. First year how they did, second year how they did, third year how they did. So we want all the reports. Then we send a third party inspection how work they have done. So it's quite a complicated, but we do a lot of work before we give money.